Shannon, you stole my idea. So when I proposed Art Week on our Facebook group, I was like, I'm just gonna totally outsmart all of them. They're gonna do like all this art all week, and then I'm gonna be the one who steps in and is gonna be like, music is an art form, I'm gonna play you a song. And Shannon beat me to it, so now that's not fun anymore, and I was just gonna try to outsmart you guys, but now I'm not, and I actually have to show you artwork because I realized it'd be really lame if I just copied Shannon's idea. So, Shannon, I hate you for stealing my idea and totally using reverse psychology on me. So now I actually have to show you artwork that I drew. And Shannon also mentioned in her video that I went to Frack's drawing session at LeakyCon. And I just went because my friend Gwen, who you guys met last week, was going, and my other friend Justine, who was with me the entire conference, is a really good artist, even though she doesn't admit that. And her dad is like this crazy good artist, like he does art for a living. So we're like, we have nothing better to do right now because we didn't want to go to the Star Kid signing because the line was ridiculously long. So we decided to go to the drawing session, and I wasn't even planning on drawing, like I was just going to observe, but Frack made me draw. And he taught everyone how to draw owls, and I'm going to show you guys my owl and show you how awful I am at art, so brace yourself. This is my owl. He doesn't have a name, but I think I'm going to name him Larry right now. I just thought of that right now. So this is Larry the owl, and he has a really crappy wand in one of his talons, and a potions vial in the other. Right there. That's Larry for you. After we were done drawing, Frack went around the circle and was asking everyone to show him their artwork. And when he got to me, I was like, Frack, I really don't think you want to see this. Like, my drawing is so awful. And he's like, no, let me see it. Like, I want to see how good you did and stuff. I was like, okay, but it's really bad. And I showed it to him. And you could so tell that he was just trying to be nice, like saying, oh, that's really good. I was like, no, it's not, but thank you very much. So then we ended up talking about other forms of art that we really like. I really like photography, and I really like music, so we talked about other ways of expressing ourselves, and then I bought his sketchbook, which is really awesome. I bought Sketchbook Volume 3, and it's really pretty. And my friend Gwen brought Sketchbook Volume 2, like you saw last week, and he drew her a house elf, which I thought was really cute. This is his Harry Potter art on this page. He drew Harry, Luna, and I think he drew the Grey Lady, although it may not be her. I'm kind of making that assumption. But it's really awesome, and I really wish I could draw, because looking at this just makes me wish I was an artist. But he signed it too, and drew a little picture, which is cute. I don't really know what else to say, because you saw my awful drawing of the owl, and that's all I really have to say. So, challenge time. My challenge for whoever I roll is to balance as many Harry Potter books on your head as you can. It doesn't have to be like only the 7 books in the series. Like, say you have a copy of Dear Mr. Potter, or you have like the Tales of Beedle the Bard or Harry History, you have to balance those on your head too. Danielle. Okay. So I didn't get to do Shannon's challenge last week because I was super busy and Gwen and Izzy filled in for me, and I really didn't want to make them do a challenge. So I'm going to do that challenge now, and I hope you enjoy the wonder that is acting out Harry Potter with stuffed animals. Okay, so here we have our lovely setup for the scene where Harry first sees the burrow. This is Harry, this is Ron, and this is Fred, and this is George. And then this is Mrs. Weasley, but she's not in the scene yet, so she's gonna sit over here. Okay, here we go. It's not much, said Ron. It's wonderful, said Harry happily, thinking of Privet Drive. They got out of the car. Now we'll go upstairs really quietly and wait for Mom to call us for breakfast. Then, Ron, you come bounding downstairs going, Mom, look who turned up at night, and she'll be all pleased to see Harry, and no one will ever know if we flew the car. Right, said Ron. Come on, Harry, I sleep at the top. Ron had gone a nasty greenish color, his eyes fixed on the house. The other 3 wheeled around. Mrs. Weasley was marching across the lawn, scattering chickens, and for a short, plump, kind-faced woman, it was remarkable how much she looked like a saber-toothed tiger right now. Ah, said Fred. Oh dear, said George. Mrs. Weasley came to a halt in front of them, her hands on her hips, staring at one guilty face to the next. She was wearing a flowered apron and a wand sticking out of the pocket. So, she said, "Morning, Mum," said George, in what he clearly thought was a jaunty, winning voice. "Have you any idea how worried I've been?" said Mrs. Weasley in a deadly whisper. "Sorry, Mum, but see, we had to." All three of Mrs. Weasley's sons were taller than she was, but they cowered and her rage broke over them. "Bed's empty, no note, car gone, could have crashed, out of my mind with worry. Did you care? Never, as long as I've lived. You wait till your father gets home. We never had trouble like this from Bill or Charlie or Percy." "Perfect Percy," muttered Fred. "You could do with taking a leaf out of Percy's book," yelled Mrs. Weasley, prodding a finger in Fred's chest. "You could have died. You could have been seen. You could have lost your father his job." It seemed to go on for hours. Mrs. Weasley had chattered herself hoarse before she turned to Harry, who backed away. "I'm very pleased to see you, Harry dear," she said. "Come in and have some breakfast."
End scene. Yay. That was so awful. Sorry for how awful that was, but I could not throw anything more pleasable together. So I hope you enjoyed the performance put on by my really, really old stuffed Webkins.